Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle GMS who do well. Salute you brothers pushing this word. And truth and sincerity, strength, YAHAWASHI. And shalom to you brothers and sisters going in trust the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Shalom to you too, right? We are here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked and destructive kingdom known as Babylon the Great, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Rome, all those in the empire bound up into one, controlled by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And we are here to get blank of the nation of Israel, which is shit, of the Nicolaites, the Native Americans, those are the true biblical Israelites, according to the King James Bible. Y'all be elect by the word and power of Yahweh. You know, now you can see everybody's talking about Donald Trump, you know, and what he gonna do, you know, concerning America and foreign policy, you know, and he appointed the three main ones that Jake need to pay attention to that he appointed concerning the Secretary of State, National Security, and Secretary of Defense. Them the ones that Jake, Negro Latino, Native American, need to pay attention to, because those are the ones that got the power for policy. Okay? Now, Marco Rubio is the Secretary of State, and Marco Rubio is fluent in Spanish. Now, going back concerning in the first administration concerning Trump was trying to overthrow the president of Venezuela, which is what's the name of the president of Venezuela? When he had Guaido go down there. Yeah. Oh, Guaido. Maduro. Yeah, Maduro. Yeah, to where he had Guaido. Yeah. He tried to go down there and overthrow Maduro, Venezuela. Yeah, because Trump wanted their oil, right? And then they overthrew. They wanted to get Nicaragua, and they I believe they got Bolivia. They went overthrew Bolivia, I want to say. But now Marco Rubio, he's fluent in Spanish, and he's a so-called Cuban. Now, Marco Rubio wants to overthrow the Cuban government. Now, everybody is looking at, in South America, is looking at Marco Rubio because he's the Secretary of State, and he's fluent in Spanish. So they looking at him. Now, you got Mexico right next door. Now, Donald Trump want to deal with the cartel and the so-called immigrants that's coming over there. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got Marco Rubio is doing his Spanish. Now, Donald Trump said, look, if that president in Mexico, but she's a female, you know her name by heart, the female, the president in Mexico is a female. And Donald Trump said, look, if you don't do something about these so-called migrants in the cartel, we're going to tax everything that comes from Mexico. We're going to we might start at 20%, we might go to 50%, we might go to 100%. But, you know, to get you to do something concerning the cartels in Mexico and immigrants, so-called immigrants that's coming over here, you know. Now, him doing that, which Mexico, we get a lot of car parts from Mexico, right? And Mexico make the transformers that you see on the power line. He also gets transformers from Mexico too, concerning it. And we get other things like avocados and stuff like that from Mexico. And also, Trump want to take away taxing overtime. He want to take away taxing overtime. Now, the reason why he want to do that, because he knows once you start putting tariffs on everybody, meaning taxes, that things are going to go up. So taxing overtime, the people in America gonna be thinking they in good case, but they not gonna be. You see? Right. They not gonna be, because he gonna be putting tariffs on these countries. He gonna go wild with that if he don't get gunned down or he don't get assassinated, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If he make it. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's his plans. But what I want the brother to read is Jeremiah 51 and 9.
All right, this is this is Jeremiah chapter 51. This is verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
See, these nations always came to Babylon to prop it up. Okay? Now then when you deal with that word heal, it's somebody that's sick or wounded. But in this case, these nations try to prop Babylon up, you know, to keep it from falling. But little do they know, Babylon was too wounded because of its sin. Because when you go into that hill, it goes into basically, when you start searching out and looking it up in the blue letter, it basically goes into the reason why Babylon couldn't be healed. It was because of its sin. So they try to prop Babylon up financially and buying things from it. You know what I'm saying? And taking in the Federal Reserve note to keep Babylon up. But Babylon could be healed because of its sin. Okay, go ahead.
It says, forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country.
Now that's what's happening. You got nations going back to where they was originally from because they see Babylon is falling apart. Okay? They see, before it get destroyed, they see Babylon falling apart and they see they can't uphold it like they thought they could uphold it by helping it and consuming its money, you see, and listening to it concerning its politics. They thought they could help Babylon. Go ahead.
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
So the sins and the conditions on the earth, how Babylon governed itself, have lifted up to the Father and the Son. You see, that's why Babylon will get judged the way it's going to get judged, because the sins have went up to the Heavenly Father and Son. You know, let this go by.
Alright, this is Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into our own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven.
Now, that's why, go ahead.
And is lifted up even to the skies.
So that's why you got these other countries, when you watch the news and social media, you got financial analysts saying these other countries are separating themselves from the dollar and getting away from the ways of America, because they can see that they can't help it go back to its estate, meaning to where it just flourishing in the earth. They see they can't help it. They see it was all vain, so they going their own way. You see? They going their own way. They can see that this place is finished. But since you got social media, you got the movie, and you got music, they gonna push out the vibration as if it's still in its prosperity state. You see? But on the ground, the people can see that, hey, man, this place is not it. Right. You see? But Jake, the nigga Latinos and the American, they still in the fairy tale bubble. That's why you see that, that's why you heard that guy on the motorcycle riding by, you know what I'm saying, listening to what he was listening to. because he's in the fairy tale world. You see, he think by listening to that, it's going to lift his spirits up. But as soon as he cut it off, he's right back in reality. Babylon the Great.
And a lot of that music that Jake be listening to
It's emotional.
try to lift themselves up is music from the 80s or 90s or 70s. Nothing good is coming out right now.
Yeah, nothing. It's over with.
Yeah.
You see? So they got to go back in the past to listen to certain music and try to uplift their spirit. And keep their bubble, you know, around them so to keep it from bursting, so to speak. But nah, it ain't working, man. It ain't working, man. This place is out of here. It's not gonna be healed from its sins, man. You see? And it's gonna get destroyed, man. That's why we always push the vibration out there concerning it, because that's where it's gonna end up, man. You know, you got Marco Rubio, right? You got Tulsi Gabbard, is she supposed to be Secretary of the National Security Secretary, Intelligence. You got Secretary of Defense, which is Pete Hegseth. See, these people like this, they got Gilbert and Pete was on Fox News, but Pete was on Fox News, but Tulsi, she had a alternative media platform, and there was, saying, things about America, how it needs to change, how the government officials need to, be replacing how things need to change. But them appointees them nominees that Donald Trump chose, they gotta go through the Congress. What is it, the Congress, before they get fully in? Let me see. They gotta go through the Congress. Let me see. Let me make sure. Say it right. Yeah, they gotta go through the Senate. They gotta go through the Senate. Even though Donald Trump nominated them, they gotta go through the Senate and get questioned and all that before they can actually go on the job. So it's a process concerning it. But the people that he like Hegseth, Galbert, Rubio, people like that, they are anti-China and they pro-Israel. You see? They're anti-China and they pro-Israel. You see? So, like I was saying last week, Donald Trump is gonna go after China. And they're gonna go after Iran. He's saying it on the news or whatever. He gonna stop the wars and all that type of stuff. He's saying that he ain't gonna go after Russia too. You see? Because he's gonna have to, because Russia gonna defend Iran. So they saying all that, but it ain't gonna work. And while Donald Trump is setting people up in their position, he's looking to try to heal Babylon too, which it ain't gonna work. You see, and then Donald Trump is a debt junkie. You see, he think prosperity, he think being in debt is prosperity. So the spending of the money, the national debt and the debt clock and all that, that's gonna keep rising. That ain't gonna stop. They're gonna keep spending money. They're gonna keep spending money. And it ain't never been a person in debt in good case. But Donald Trump thinks that being in debt is prosperity. So Babylon is not gonna be healed, man. It's not gonna work. Okay? And like I said, the nominees gotta go through the Senate before they can go on the job. See, they gotta go through the Senate. The Senate gotta vote on it and they gotta get questioned and all that type of stuff. So, and then you got Hegseth, which he's a He's a military veteran. And you got Tulsi. She's a military veteran. She's been in the military. Marco Rubio is the only one that ain't been in there. But you got these people don't understand foreign policy like that. So you're gonna have to deal with your mother nation. Now I cannot picture head self, you know, the Secretary of Defense out a smart Sergei Lavrov and Vladimir Putin in that conversation. I can't picture that.
Right.
Him outsmarting.
Right.
You know, him sit down, having a conversation with them, and making deals. And he ain't nothing but a military veteran. Pete Hegseth. And you dealing with Vladimir Putin and Sergei Lavrov.
Right.
No sir. No way. No sir. Nah, man. So-called politicians that been in there can't even deal with him.
Right.
You just coming from nowhere.
Right.
You know, talking about foreign policy. They ain't gonna do. No sir. No sir. No sir. And dealing with China. No sir.
Yeah, ex-military, you used to just taking orders.
You used to just taking orders, man. You see? Trying to negotiate and talk to Vladimir Putin and Sergei Lavrov or the Chinese president or, you know, nah, man. Nah, man. You used to taking orders, man.
Right.
You know, you talking about Pete Hegseth, you know, the Secretary of Defense. So America's not going to be healed, man, from their sins, man, even though Donald Trump appointed what he appointed. And they're going to be, you know, continue being allies with Israel, okay? And Israel falling apart, okay? It's on life support over there. And Ukraine is on life support. And both of them, America, both of them, Ukraine and Israel, both of them depends on America. And both of them on life support. You see? Concerning that military weapon. Both of them and money. They both on life support, man. You see? So read that for me again.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
Go ahead.
It says verse 10, YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI, our power.
Because it's going to eventually be destroyed, Babylon. Because it ain't going to be healed, man. The sins of Babylon going to reach to the Heavenly Father, and then the Heavenly Father going to implement his plan concerning destroying America, man. You see? But you can't heal this place. Now, Donald Trump want to build a digital wall. We know that through biometrics. And also the brother was telling me he want to build a digital wall through biometrics. You know, Donald Trump. Okay, because J.D. Vance is connected with the CEO of the guy that he was connected with was the CEO of PayPal. So J.D. Vance, which is the vice president, it's the guy that J.D. Vance and the vice president and the guy that was the CEO of PayPal, they working on a wall concerning a virtual wall dealing with biometrics. So that's what they want to do. You know, that's what they want to do. Build a virtual wall to where they can track any and everybody who come over. So they working on it. You see, but tell them what else Donald Trump concerning the prison.
Oh, there's a as I was leaving the, you know what I'm saying, to come to camp. I seen CNN. I was watching CNN, and they were saying something about the prison system that they got over there in Central America that's dealing with the MS-13 gang members, and they've implemented a
whole bunch of, I guess, newer technology and how to imprison people. And he was considering to go and check that place out to see how they're doing in that prison. So he might be able to implement some of those stuff that they're doing over there in the prison down in South America and here in U.S. jail.
See that? So that's what's going on, man. This place is a big fat prison, man. Whether you up under contracts or you actually in jail, so to speak, physically.
And see, in jail here, man, from what I've seen, they have a little bit more freedom. I know they're in prison, they're in jail, they're locked up, they're behind, you know, walls and stuff like that, but they have some type of, you know, being able to do certain things. But the prison down there in Central America, nah, those are like fully digital, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it controlled to see what you do at every move.
Yeah. So that's the plan of Esau Edom, man.